Let's start with Kevin Durant. I know nobody knows exactly what he's going to do, but do you believe at this point that he knows exactly what he's going to do?
No, I don't think he knows exactly what he's going to do, but I do believe that he's going to have a New York address next season.
Okay.
It's a matter of how does it happen. And I would expect that if KD gets what he wants, he will be in New York, and he will be in New York on a sign and trade with a max deal, with a 5-year max deal from the Warriors. Not staying with the Warriors, but getting all the money that he possibly can get, because while everybody is anticipating and operating as if he is going to be the same on the other side of this Achilles injury, I've been told there's a question in KD's mind, but what if I'm not? What if I'm not? What then? If that's the case, I need to get all the money and security that I can now, because I may not, especially at his age, when you're looking at 31, 32, he may not have another crack at a max deal.
Yep.
Particularly if he's not the same as a result of the Achilles injury. So max it out now, and it would also make sense for the Warriors to do that. If the threat is, well, I'm going to walk regardless. It's just a matter of whether you're going to do me right, and maybe you get a second round pick out of it. Maybe you get you definitely would get a trade exception out of it. You can get something for nothing as opposed to nothing if I end up leaving the Bay Area.
I'm going to challenge you a little bit on this. I'm with you entirely on the first part. Listen, don't begrudge Kevin Durant. Make as much money as you can. You got a finite window before your athletic career is over. Go for it. People need to understand it's a business, so he's got to get everything he can. But I think there's risk for the Warriors. And now it sounds good. Warriors doing the right thing. It's very uncommon in sports, and that's true. But let's say they do that. 5-year extension, max money, whatever it is, right? With the intention to trade him. Sounds good in the middle of June. What happens if that rehab, which is arduous, as you know, if he comes back and even in practice, he's a shell of himself? And what if that gets communicated around the league and nobody wants to trade for him? Then the Warriors are stuck with the 5-year max.
Well, no, you would be making this trade. It would be instantaneous. You would sign him to the 5-year max with the idea that you're moving him to the Knicks or the Nets as of right now.
Okay. That's different.
It wouldn't be signing him waiting a year.
Okay.
It would be signing him to the max and moving him immediately.
Got it.
Or, a future second-round pick and the trade exception. People are talking as if they're going to get this treasure trove. The Warriors have no leverage here. It's not because KD's, from everything I've been told, KD's not going back. So it's just a matter of, are you going to do right by him? And I dare say that they need to do right by him, because the dude ruptured his Achilles coming back, trying to help you win a three-peat.
Okay. We're talking to Ric Bucher, Bleacher Report, lead NBA writer with us here on Tiki and Tierney. Tiki is out, but obviously Bucher and I go back a ways, so we could wrap ourselves here, which is all good. I thought that was a little different from the report that Windhorst, obviously you source your own stuff. I get it, and you're very good at it. But Windhorst report, at least that was the way it was communicated, was the situation that I threw back at you. Sign him, rehab in Golden State in California for a year, and then trade him. But the way it's more plausible the way you lay it out. Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to get clarity on that because it was different.
Yeah, and the fact is, he's relocated to New York. He had the Nets doctor do the surgery.
I know.
From everything I understand, he's going to be doing all the rehab in New York. So, look, I'm not doubting that Windhorst heard that from somebody. With a number of these camps, KD included, you're going to hear a lot of different things thrown against the wall, and they've probably been thrown against the wall by somebody. But ultimately, it's about what makes the most sense. And I've just heard from a multitude of places that KD feels as if he was misled on what could potentially happen if he came back and played. Obviously, Steve Kerr was told he can't hurt it worse. I haven't heard this directly from KD, but I got to assume that he was told the same thing, and that obviously did not happen. So whether his own doctors, whoever his agent, whoever was telling him, hey, you should play because this is the risk level, they got it wrong. because nobody was saying you could rupture your Achilles and be out a year, because if they had, I guarantee you he would come back and play.